George Clooney and Amal Clooney have long been the golden couple of Hollywood and international politics, a brilliant actor and a world-renowned human rights lawyer. From red carpets to humanitarian missions, they have exuded grace, elegance, and strength. But even behind the most glamorous of facades, cracks can appear, and it seems those cracks may have widened beyond repair. Recent developments have sent shockwaves through both Hollywood and the public, revealing a deeply troubling incident that no one saw coming. Reports are pouring in that George Clooney collapsed suddenly following what has been described as a heated and emotional argument with Amal Clooney. Sources close to the family say the argument took place in their Lake Como villa in Italy, a location that has served as a romantic sanctuary for the couple over the years. However, what was once a peaceful escape turned into a setting for one of the most frightening incidents in George's recent history. Insiders claim that tensions between George and Amal have been rising quietly for months. While both maintain very public and demanding careers, it seems that personal sacrifices and emotional disconnect may have started weighing heavily on their relationship. On the day of the incident, a source close to the family said, "You could cut the tension in that house with a knife." It wasn't just another disagreement, it was explosive. During the heated exchange, which reportedly lasted over an hour, voices were raised, and emotions flared. Witnesses from within the household say Amal was visibly distraught, pacing back and forth while George appeared increasingly fatigued. Moments after the argument reached its peak, George suddenly collapsed to the floor, clutching his chest and gasping for breath. The house staff acted quickly, immediately calling for emergency medical assistance. Doctors were rushed into the property in what some described as a code red situation. Clooney was reportedly semi-conscious when medical professionals arrived, and he was swiftly treated on site before being taken to a nearby private medical facility for further observation. Sources confirm that George was stabilized and is now recovering under close medical supervision, but the incident has left both the public and those close to him extremely concerned. "It was terrifying," a family friend shared. "No one expected George to collapse like that. It shows just how much pressure he's been under." Amal Clooney, who has always stood by her husband with poise and support, was said to be deeply shaken by the event. Paparazzi spotted her leaving the medical facility hours later looking pale and visibly upset. Though she has not made any public statements, those close to her say she feels a tremendous sense of guilt and worry over what happened. The power couple has faced numerous pressures, balancing careers, parenting twins, managing media scrutiny, and living up to their global reputation. All of that seems to have reached a boiling point, and for the first time, the world is seeing the fragile side of George and Amal's usually polished relationship. This incident has also reignited discussions about George Clooney's health and the toll his lifestyle might be taking on him. Though still admired for his youthful looks and charm, George is 63 years old and has endured his share of physical injuries, most notably from a motorcycle crash in 2018 that left him bedridden for weeks. Insiders suggest that he has never fully recovered from the trauma and pain, despite maintaining a strong public image. Add to that the emotional stress of a marriage under pressure, and it becomes clear how fragile even the most iconic lives can become. Some speculate that George has been quietly battling health issues and emotional fatigue while putting on a brave face for the cameras. The question now is, what happens next for George and Amal? This medical scare may serve as a wake-up call not just for Clooney, but for both of them to reassess their priorities, reconnect, and rebuild their bond. Sources close to the family say that Amal has cleared her schedule for the coming weeks to be by George's side and help with his recovery. Despite their current turmoil, many are hoping that this scare becomes a turning point, a moment for reflection, healing, and possibly a reconnection. But only time will tell whether their love is strong enough to survive this crisis. For now, fans and well-wishers around the world are sending their love, prayers, and support to the couple during this difficult time. This story is more than just a dramatic headline, it's a stark reminder that even the most famous and seemingly perfect lives can crumble under pressure. George Clooney collapsing after a heated argument with his wife is not just about one moment, it's about accumulated stress, emotional tension, and the silent battles many people face behind closed doors. We can only hope that George gets the rest and care he needs, and that Amal finds the emotional support to deal with this trauma as well. If there's anything to take away from this heartbreaking story, it's that love, health, and mental well-being are fragile and must be protected at all costs. Make sure to subscribe and stay updated. If you want to keep following this developing story and others like it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a breaking update. We'll be bringing you more exclusive insights, statements, and behind-the-scenes reports as the situation unfolds.